Okay, I want to talk about the best Spider-Man movie I have ever seen. No Way Home. Now, yesterday I went to see this movie. Where I saw it pre-release, which I was in like I was excited about because opening night is December 17th. However, certain theaters, I believe it's select theaters, have pre-release tickets, so you can go on the 16th. I was lucky enough that when the tickets dropped on Cineplex.com, I was able to pick up one for the 16th. So lucky me, right? So I had high expectations, but not too high expectations, if that makes sense. Yes, okay. By the way, this video is gonna contain spoilers. If there's spoilers in the video, so if you're watching this, be prepared to get spoiled. And this video isn't gonna be edited or anything. I'm just going off the top of my head and talking, right? So I had high expectations. Okay, now when the movie was first announced and the leaks first started to appear, I already knew that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire were going to be in this movie. I think everybody did. I don't think there was a single person that was watching that movie in that theater yesterday that didn't know that Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire were going to be in it, right? So we all knew they were going to be there. It's the way the movie was handled that is what exceeded my expectations. Okay, there are some insane scenes in this movie. First, I'm gonna give you some tips. If you're gonna go see this movie, right? Make sure you've watched the previous Spider-Man. I'm talking about Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, so the first three movies, and then Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man, so then the two movies after that, and then even watch Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So there's a lot of movies you want to watch before getting into this movie because there's going to be a lot of scenes. This movie is filled with entire references, right? If you don't care about getting spoiled and you're here, then yeah, this is for you. The movie is filled with references. There's literally 1,000 references every single 5 minutes. It's crazy. You also probably don't want to go to the washroom. So I went with a couple of my friends. Luckily, none of us went to the washroom, but I seen a couple of people in the front row before us go to the washroom, and I saw him go to the washroom. And when he went to the washroom, he actually missed some amazing moments. And then he came back and he told his friend, "What did he miss?" And his friend said, "Oh, you missed a lot." You do not want to take a chance and go to the washroom. That's why I had a water bottle on me. That's the only thing I brought. I didn't bring food or anything like that. I had food after I left the theater, but during when I was in the movie theater, I did not have food on me, but I did have a water bottle. So I was very hesitant on drinking water because I did not want to go to the washroom at all. So that's one thing. You might not want to bring a water bottle with you. Bring one, but just make sure you're not drinking it constantly throughout the movie, right? I want to talk about some of the scenes, some of the most amazing scenes that we've seen in this movie, right? Okay, out of the three Spider-Men, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire, in my opinion, Andrew killed it. Okay, Andrew, he did his thing. He went on, and I love Tobey Maguire, I do, but Andrew Garfield in this movie, man, he was something else. If you've seen Amazing Spider-Man 2, we know at the end Gwen Stacy dies, right? We know he's falling from the scaffold and he's trying to save her. He shoots his web out and she hits the ground hard and she dies. There is so many references to that scene. This is why I'm telling you to go watch Amazing Spider-Man, right? There is a scene where MJ, Michelle Jones, are the MJ from what's it called? From the newer Spider-Man series, falls off a scaffold. Tom Holland, Spider-Man, jumps off the scaffold trying to save her. Almost the same thing happens with Andrew Garfield. In the case he's not able to save her, he gets hit by the Green Goblins. Yes, Green Goblins in this movie, by the way. The Green Goblins. What is the name of it? Glider. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word, but yeah, he gets hit with the Green Goblin's glider. He gets pushed aside. Andrew Garfield, he's like, you know what? This is his moment. He has to save this MJ, because he wasn't capable of doing so with Gwen. So he jumps off the scaffold, he saves MJ, and he literally breaks down in tears. And it's, I don't know, bro. If you haven't watched the other Spider-Man movies, if you're watching the movie in the next couple of weeks, you haven't seen the other Spider-Man movies, I'm telling you, you want to go watch them. You have to go watch them. So go watch, I would say 1, 2, and 3, but Amazing Spider-Man, in my opinion, is just a little bit more important because I feel like they reference both, but they reference Andrew a lot more. There was also that web scene where, for those that don't know, the original Spider-Man, right, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, he had natural webbing, okay? And I remember this. And Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland, they both have, web shooters. So when they seen, Tobey Maguire shooting out of his wrist, they're like, wait, what the heck? The interactions between the three Spider-Men were so funny. I loved them. And the introduction to the Spider-Man was phenomenal. I want to talk about Norman Osborn, William Dafoe. William Dafoe did a great job. Like, he literally did a fantastic job as the Green Goblin. Like, it felt like I was watching Spider-Man 2002 or whatever. What year did the first Spider-Man come out? I don't even remember. Or it feels like I was watching that, literally. Now, to me, the reason this movie is the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time is because of the build-up that it's taken to get to this point. This movie cannot have been this hype without the 20 years prior of history. You know, if there was no Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, this movie wouldn't be where it's at, right? And oh yeah, I want to also talk about Dr. Octavius. This video is all over the place. Dr. Octavius, Dr. Otto Octavius. For some reason, he was extremely funny this movie. I don't know why. He had the whole crowd laughing. That's another thing. I'm so happy I got to watch it, like, technically before opening night, but still opening night, right? December 16th. The crowd was going wild. Like, it was a packed theater. I was watching it in Ultra AVX. I tried to get IMAX tickets, however, they were completely sold out. So I went for Ultra AVX, the next best thing, and it was still perfect because we know this movie was formatted in all premium formats, so it was good. I'm happy I wasn't watching it in standard or anything like that. Like, this movie, you gotta watch in IMAX, Ultra AVX, whatever, you know, some sort of premium format, right? You want to get that experience, and wow, like, literally, what a movie. There was also 2 post credits. There was a regular post credits, and then the credits started rolling, and my friend's like, wait, is it done? I'm like, no, the lights are off. So usually, if you don't know this, this is how you know if there's a post-credit scene. If the credits start playing in the movie and the lights turn on, that's usually a sign that there's not going to be a post-credit to the movie. However, if you're in the theater and the credits start playing and the lights aren't on, that means, okay, sit down, wait. I saw a lot of people leaving. When the credits started rolling, a lot of people left, right? A lot of people left the theater. I waited. So first of all, let's talk about the first post-credit, the first one that came up. The first post-credit was Venom. Okay, it was Venom sitting in this, like, lounge in, like, Mexico, and then, like, a piece of the symbiote, and I think this is a reference to the comics, a piece of the symbiote gets left on the table. So we know that, you know, the next Spider-Man movie is going to have to do with Black Suit Spider-Man, which, come on now, like, that's hype in itself, right? Then the credits rolled, the long credits. These credits were extremely long, but just sit through them because, you know, as I said, the lights were off. So if the lights are off, do not get up. I saw a lot of people leave this during this one. There is a Doctor Strange movie coming out. So basically what we got during the movie theaters is a Doctor Strange trailer. That basically it's Stephen Strange trying to solve, like, this problem with the multiverse that was caused during this movie. And yeah, it's not on YouTube. I looked for it. I searched up Doctor Strange movie on YouTube. It's not out. I guess it will be out, I guess, after a while. I think maybe a month or two, and then it'll probably be out maybe a couple of weeks. I don't know. I guess they're just trying to have everyone see it in theaters first, and then they're gonna release it on YouTube. But that trailer looked crazy. I don't. There was the alter ego Stephen Strange in that, so yeah. So I think I've touched upon everything. There was also there was one moment with Andrew like, this is the reason I think Andrew Garfield took the show for this. There was one scene when Peter was talking to MJ, right? And the other 2 Spider-Men were looking at him. Tom was talking to MJ, so Tom was talking to Zendaya. I'm going to use their actor names. I think it's easier. I mean, their real names. So Zendaya was talking to Tom, and Toby and Andrew were looking at him, right? And then Toby and Andrew look at each other, and then Toby's like to Andrew, do you have someone as well? And Andrew's like, I had someone. And it was just so sad because, bro, that's what I'm telling you. Andrew took the show for me. Like, he literally did, right? He was the first Spider-Man that got introduced. Then it was Toby. I don't know. I feel like more people were hyped over the Andrew moments than the Toby moments. So I don't know. Even though I feel like there probably is more Tobey Maguire fans than Andrew Garfield fans. Personally, I do like Andrew Garfield better than Tobey Maguire. For me, it goes... Okay. For me, it's Tobey Maguire is a good Peter Parker, but he's not the best Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield is a great Spider-Man. When I say great, he's a great Spider-Man, right? He is Spider-Man, right? But he's an okay Peter Parker. Tom Holland's like a mix. He's like a decent Peter Parker, and he's a decent Spider-Man. So that's why I personally like Tom Holland probably the most. But yeah, it like literally phenomenal movie, bro. If you're watching it, like, try not to get spoiled. But if you're at the end of this video, you already got spoiled a lot. I'm thankful I didn't get it, because literally when yesterday hit, I remember I woke up in the morning, I had a test. I did the test and I tried my very hardest to stay off Twitter, right? I'm so thankful I did not get spoiled at all, And I swear I loved every scene of that movie. That was a 10 out of 10 movie. That is my favorite superhero movie as of right now. I put that above Infinity War, above Endgame, and I saw all those in theaters as well. This was above those. I don't care. Right? Oh, Aunt May's death. I completely forgot to talk about Aunt May's death. This is something I have to talk about. So Aunt May also died in this movie. Okay. Now Aunt May, I didn't think she was gonna die, but she did say those words, with great power comes great responsibility. And every time someone said those words in this movie, in a Spider-Man movie, they've died, right? Uncle Ben has said it twice in the Amazing Spider-Man and in the regular Spider-Man, right? And now Aunt May said it, and she died as well. Her death was emotional, but it wasn't as emotional to me as the end of the movie, where everybody forgets about Peter, because that's how they solve this problem. Nobody knows who Peter is at the end of the movie, by the way. Literally, Strange has to make everybody forget about Peter in order to fix the multiverse to some degree. So yeah, that's a wrap. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was an 11-minute video. I don't know why this video was so long. But yeah, it's just a rant. There's not going to be any images. I'm just going to have one image maybe of the poster or something. I also want to get the poster. My friend works at Cineplex, so I hit him up. I'm like, yo, if you could get the poster for me, that would be great. And I would literally put that poster in my room right now if I could get it. If he could get his hands on it, I will frame it. If not, I could like download the poster, and I could probably go to like a local printing shop like Walmart. My local Walmart has a printing shop, and I will pay whatever, $30 if I need to print that. Hopefully he could get like an authentic one from the theaters, because that would be crazy. I would love to have that in my room. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. There's barely any videos, but I'm glad I uploaded one. So yeah, peace out, guys. What a movie. By the way, I also had McDonald's after the movie. So you might want to get food after the movie, because it's a pretty long movie. So yeah.